You know that feeling, right? That soul-crushing dread when it's time for that repetitive monthly report. That manual, 2-hour grind of copying, pasting, and building charts. Well, what if I told you we could shrink that entire process down to just 5 minutes with one click? Today, we're going to do exactly that.
Okay, so let's just break this down. On one side, you have the old way. Opening file after file, that endless copy-paste cycle, manually building every single chart, and, always worrying about that one mistake that's going to throw everything off. And on the other side, a single click. That's it. The script runs, the data is processed, the report is built, and it's perfect every single time. Now that is the transformation we're talking about.
And look, the crucial point here is the sheer scale of this efficiency gain. We're not just saving a little bit of time here and there. We are literally eliminating over 95% of the manual labor for each report. That's a total game changer.
And when you look at it over a whole year, the numbers are just staggering. That 2-hour monthly task adds up to 288 hours a year. That's more than 7 full work weeks just gone. By automating, we bring that all the way down to just 12 hours for the entire year. I mean, just imagine what you could do with all that time back.
So how do we make this happen? Well, the answer is a programming language called Python. Let's take a look at why it's the perfect tool for this job, and honestly, why it's so much easier to learn than the traditional alternative, VBA.
Now, what's really cool about this is you don't even need to be a programmer to see the difference. Just look at the VBA code on the left. It's kind of clunky, right? It's full of specific syntax you have to memorize. Now look at the Python on the right. It almost reads like a sentence. Import pandas, read the Excel file, get the sum of the sales column. It's just way more intuitive.
And the benefits go way beyond just cleaner code. First, like we just saw, the learning curve is so much lower. Second, when something does go wrong, and it will, Python's error messages are actually helpful for beginners. And third, it works beautifully with modern AI assistants, which can pretty much help you write the code in the first place.
Okay, enough talk. Let's dive into the actual blueprint for creating this automation yourself. No more theory, this is how you actually build it.
We're going to break this down into 4 simple, totally manageable steps. First up, we'll get our tools set up. Second, we'll make sure our data is ready to go. Third, we'll write the script itself. And finally, the fun part. We'll run it and check out our beautiful automated report.
So for step 1, here are the exact tools you'll need. Think of them as the ingredients for our automation recipe. We need a code editor like VSCode, we need Python itself, and then we need a few key libraries. Pandas for handling the data, OpenPyXL so we can talk to Excel files, and Matplotlib for making those nice charts.
Now, out of all those tools, Pandas is the real MVP. It's the powerhouse that's going to do all the heavy lifting for us, from reading the data to organizing all the results. It's absolutely essential.
With our tools ready, the very first step is loading the data. This one single line of code tells Python to open our sales file and pull everything into memory. And just like that, the process has begun.
Okay, now for the magic. This is where Pandas really shines. With just one line of code, we can do some seriously complex summaries. Right here, we're grouping all the sales data by product name and getting a total for each one. I mean, can you imagine how many clicks that would take to do manually in Excel?
And finally, after all the processing is done, we need to save our results somewhere, right? This little block of code creates a brand new Excel file called sales_report.xlsx. Then, it takes our product summary and saves it to a sheet called by product. And it saves our daily sales summary to another sheet called by day. It's all organized, automatically, no fuss.
Now look, no matter how simple the code is, you're bound to hit a snag at some point. It happens to everyone. So let's get ahead of it and look at 2 of the most common issues you might run into and how you can fix them in, like, seconds.
This slide right here is your handy cheat sheet. So, if you see a bunch of garbled text or those weird empty squares, it's almost always a file encoding issue. The fix? You just tell the script the correct encoding to use when it reads the file. Easy. And if your chart labels are showing up as squares, which happens a lot with non-English characters, it just means the default font doesn't support them. All you need is one extra line of code to switch to a font that does.
So after we set up our script and run it, what do we actually get for those 5 minutes of work? What's the payoff? Well, let's take a look at the pretty powerful results.
So the script doesn't just dump data into a single sheet. No, it creates this comprehensive, multi-tabbed report. You get a high-level summary, you get detailed breakdowns of sales by product, by day, and by month, and you even get a neatly formatted product ranking sheet,
all perfectly calculated and organized for you.
And what's more, the script can also generate presentation-ready visuals for you. It can create charts just like this one, instantly showing the sales breakdown of your top products. This is the kind of insight that used to be a whole separate step of manual work, and now it's just part of the automated output.
And that really gets to the heart of it. This process follows that principle perfectly. We're not just moving numbers around faster. We are systematically turning that raw, messy data into structured information, and then turning that information into visual insights that can actually help you make decisions. Okay, so you've automated one report. That's awesome. But the real power here is that this isn't a one-trick pony. This is a new superpower you can apply to countless other tedious tasks in your job. I mean, just think about it. You can use this exact same logic to monitor inventory levels and automatically send an alert when stock is low. You could analyze customer purchase histories, compile weekly timesheets from raw data, or even automatically fill out quote templates. Seriously, any rule-based, repetitive task is a perfect candidate for automation. So when it's all said and done, what this all comes down to is actually pretty simple. Powerful automation is more accessible today than it has ever been before. You don't need a computer science degree. With modern tools like Python and a clear step-by-step process, you have the ability to eliminate the most boring parts of your job. And really, this is just the beginning. The process we walk through today is the foundation. As AI tools get even better and more integrated into how we work, the real question becomes, how do we shift from using AI as a passive supporter that helps us write the code to an active agent that we can simply ask to perform these automated tasks for us? That is the future we're building towards.